Alright guys, I am here at the old iron town in Utah. There are some charcoal kilns here and there's some other cool stuff. I was pointed in this direction by a follower of mine on Instagram, so thank you very much for pointing this out, because I am on my way to Kanarra Falls and I wanted to do a fun little overnight trip with some fun stops along the way. So here I am at the old iron town. Hello, my name is Diane and this is Recreation Outside Las Vegas. In today's video I traveled to Old Iron Town, Utah. It was a pretty neat trip. I learned a lot while I was here. So let's get started on the video, and if you haven't been a subscriber yet, please consider subscribing and hit the like button if you enjoy it. Alright, let's get started. Old Iron Town is located nearly 24 miles southwest of Cedar City via Highway 56. Approaching it from the east, you will see one of the Old Iron Town signs along the highway. Turn left, south, off the highway just after the sign and proceed 3 miles until reaching the ruins. Alright, so Iron Town is pretty cool so far. Lots of information, and I'm going to give you some brief history on the place. It's pretty neat. This was established in 1850. Near the time that Cedar City was established. In 1851, Brigham Young had dreams to use this iron to make a self-sufficient society for the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints. In 1858, the operation was closed by Brigham Young because of the lack of iron that was produced in the area. 10 years later, Ebenezer Hank and Ryan Paul tried again. They built a frontier homestead, and they also built some charcoal kilns to create fuel for their operations. One of the charcoal kilns is still standing here today. Right, similar to the kilns that I found in Nevada just recently in Bristol Wells, this kiln also uses cedar. It uses cedar and pinyon pine, so a little bit different than that kiln, but it still uses the pinyon pine for fuel. And it says that it takes 12 days to produce 50 bushels of coal. Wow, this kiln is in really good shape. The inside is just beautiful, and I can tell that the Utah State Parks really take care of the history here in Iron Town, and I think that's probably the difference between these kilns and some of the ones in Nevada and more remote places where they're not really looked after and cleaned up after. So maybe some of the ruins there were obviously caused by people. So this kiln is in really good shape, and it's quite large. There's a cute little nature path right here, but I'm not going to take it because I need to keep on heading down the road. But I only see one kiln. I don't know if there are any more, if this was the only one that they were able to preserve. It was a really beautiful drive to get here. I took the Gunlock route, so I went through Gunlock, and then I ended up in Bayo, which I took the 18, and then I believe I turned off on the 56 to get here. Really beautiful drive. With all my stops, it only took me about 2.5 hours to get here. So this is a cool little back way to take to Cedar City. It's so nice. I didn't have to worry about any traffic. I didn't have to drive on the freeway. I could just take it easy and take my time, and the timing still wasn't bad at all. looks like what's behind me is the remnants of maybe a different type of charcoal kiln or another charcoal kiln. So pretty interesting. There's a lot of ruins here. Amazing that they were able to keep that one intact, because it looks like everything else here is barely hanging on. But anybody could visit here. The little trail is pretty easy, and they accept donations to get into the park. So there actually isn't a fee, but I highly recommend leaving a donation so that they can keep this place beautiful. Well, this is technically a forge that's behind me, and it was used to forge wood. So they would put this over the fire, and it was used to funnel smoke. So that's pretty cool. I love seeing old technology. You know, you really had to be smart and, you know, make it back in the day, especially to do all this building that they had. So it's kind of neat to see all the people that have come before us and how hard they worked to make sure that we have the life that we live now. By 1871, the town boasted a brick schoolhouse, boarding house, general store, butcher shop, and even a post office. That same year, its furnace, with a capacity of 2,500 pounds, became operational. A major reorganization of the company in 1873 resulted in the construction of a new blast furnace, air furnace, pattern shop, and company office. This furnace was used to refine iron. It's the only thing that's left standing from the molding house that we saw. I think we saw bits of it back there, so. I am going to head on back to the car. Lots of cool things to see here. Definitely a cool pit stop on the way to Cedar City. If you're in the area, I highly recommend stopping here, and the drive is just worth it alone. The elevation, you're climbing an elevation, makes it significantly cooler than it is obviously in the Las Vegas area and even in the St. George area. So I thought that this was a really neat stop. I didn't find any free camping in this particular area, so that's why I'm going to move on and camp a little bit past Cedar City. So what do you you think about Old Irontown? I want to really thank the person that gave me the tip on this place. Really worked out. It's on a stop for a road trip that I'm doing, so it was pretty neat. The drive was just incredible, and I bet it's only going to get better going towards Cedar City. Let me know if you enjoyed the video by leaving a comment in the comment section below. And if you haven't been a subscriber yet, please hit the subscribe button, because the next few videos are going to be totally awesome. I'm going to Kanarra Falls, and I've got several other trips planned. Going to start heading into Death Valley. It's going to cool off soon, so make sure that you're a subscriber, and I will see you in the next video. So, all right.